Hi traders. So today I am with Anna FX. How's it going, Anna?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it. It's going good. Today is a good day.
Yeah, fantastic. You've rested up since the last time I saw you, because last time we were in London doing the event and you were non-stop speaking to people.
Yeah, it was hardcore. It
Hardcore is
took me
an
a while.
understatement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, all recovered now. I really did enjoy the event. It was a pleasure to meet all the team. And some people were really like, oh, whoa, for example, Tomer, he's way taller than I thought. But anyhow, it was really nice to meet people and also to know that for my followers who are following me, they came to see me and it was so, so nice. And honestly,
Yeah.
I'm humbled.
Soon as they heard that you were on the stage, everybody ran to your stage. And, after you left, everybody also left as well. So
Yeah, they followed me.
they did follow you. So it's nice to see that you build such a presence and you've got such a kind of loyal team and
Yeah.
people around you that follow you, and that's great. But I wanted to speak to you because I know your journey personally. I've been watching you grow in the fivers from where you first started your evaluations from the very beginning to now you're trading, over $1 million in funding, and you've even taken over as a community leader in our Discord.
Yeah.
And there's just so much to talk about. So first, I want to actually go just from the beginning
Okay.
and tell me how you even got into trading and why you got into trading, and we'll take it from there.
Oh my, I feel so old saying this, but that was over 10 years ago when I first really heard about trading. And actually it was my husband who heard about it. And we tried and went for an actual, not online, but in live, in person, like a
Wow.
class. But
Okay.
we were students at that time, and we very quickly realized it's you need to have money to trade, and we didn't have it. And there was no prop firms really out at that time. And it was just not really, it was quickly a dream, and then it just got not anymore. We
Gosh.
didn't pursue it, anything like that. So and then we lived that time in Latvia because that's where I'm originally from, and then we moved to Scotland.
Mhm.
And then once I started to work, I was like, Mom, I wanted to do something. And then again I stumbled upon Forex,
Mm.
and this time we did had money to invest, but I always say that was a mistake because I think everyone can relate to this. I'll tell you, I'm no more special than you
Yeah.
because I have blown accounts. I purchased many courses and all the educational stuff. So I'm just like any other Forex trader who goes up through the ladder, and yeah, no more way special than anyone else. But yeah, learned again, just blue accounts, learned and this and that. And then 5 years ago, I would say 5 years ago, it was time when I said enough is enough. I really want to pursue this. I really want to. And then with the support of my husband, he said it's okay for you to leave your business, because people don't know I used to be the piano teacher. I would teach piano.
Wow.
Yes,
I
I
didn't
know,
know that
music.
about you. Piano.
Yes.
Wow.
So yeah, I used to teach kids and also adults. Used to have many students. And then with the support of my husband, he said, it's okay, you can leave it and you can go full-time in trading. So when
Yeah.
I say full-time, people think, oh, she's making full-time income. But for me, full-time meant I'm actually going to give all my time and I'm going to pursue trading. I'm going to really
Nice.
put hours in to learn to trade. So, and
Yeah.
that's what I did. And then now 4 years from now on, almost 4 years, it's going to be in October, I am full-time trader. And I would say I am making income from trading, but then again, I don't want to put this false image in here. My income was nothing even to compare to what I've made with my tutoring business. So it just takes time. And now I think I'm at the point, like you said, you reached, I think I'm at the point where it's just that rolling effect. The ball is getting bigger and bigger.
Snowball effect.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So definitely can see more yeah, income wise from the trading. So and that's really my story.
And what about your husband? Is he still trading? I take it you're definitely a better trader than him now.
Yes, I
Yeah.
am.
Mhm.
It's like we've always had this like competition going on, and it's just, he's so good, like he's good at so many things,
Yeah.
but it's like trading is something, I can take over. But he is actively still like trying to learn as well, but he's having like he's working a lot. That's what all I can say. And he doesn't have that time as I do, so I am more privileged. And and this is also, I want to add, my situation, just because I had that time to put in, that also has shown in my journey. Because people who work 9 to 5, or people who work even double shift or night shift, and they're exhausted, it just takes way longer for them
It's
to achieve.
emotional energy as well, because
Yes,
you're
as
spending that
well.
emotional energy
Yeah,
in your work, in your day job, in going back, going in the car to work and coming
yeah,
back. And then that emotional energy you have to put into trading. For a
yeah,
lot of people, it's just not enough capacity to actually make it work. So I
exactly.
agree with you with that.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And
Okay. And then obviously, so over that period of time, there must have been ups and downs, because you must, like, I remember obviously when we were talking on the panel, I asked you, what obstacles did you come across getting to the place that you're at now? And you came out with some real good points. Can you tell everybody what the obstacles you were faced with? And if there was a time where you were like, you know what, this isn't for me, I don't want to do this anymore.
mhm. I mean, we all will get obstacles. It's just, I think it's different to everyone, because trading altogether, it's very personal, right? So my obstacle was, how can I manage my time? Because I'm mom of 4. How on earth, even though I am like dedicating all my full time, and what people don't know, I used to homeschool them. So my kids were with me all the time. And then I run into that burnout stage. So I said, I really need to send them back to school, and I need to focus on my trading. So that was the biggest obstacle for me. Now, sharing really raw in here, but honestly, it was like hard battle for me. I want it to be a good mom, but I want it to be a good trader. And I think other people, struggle with that. They want to be better traders, but they also need to take care of their families, like they need to work. But the obstacles would be mostly emotional, and
Yeah.
then time, right?
Mhm.
But I can tell you this story once where I was doing good. I was trading, the accounts were doing great. I was getting more funding so I can take out the profits and put it in my personal account. So everything was going good. And then just life happens, and really, really some things happened that were out of control, and it affected me really, really badly.
Mhm.
And so to people think that, Anna is this trader who's achieved this impossible thing almost, like you have no clue what I've been through, how many nights I've cried, and it just, it's really hard to even say these things, because people expect, Anna, you're this inspiration, but you really don't know. That's what I'm saying openly. You really don't know what I've been through. It might look easy for you what I have achieved, but I mean, emotional challenges, just life happens, and being a mom, managing time and trying to trade, so many obstacles, so
Yeah.
many, Alex, way too many.
It's like that, the iceberg effect. Everybody sees like the tip of the
Yeah.
iceberg, and they see everything that you like accomplish, or everything that obviously people put out on the media and things like that. But underneath all of that is countless hours
Yeah.
of testing, countless hours of you feeling like crap because you did something wrong and you
Mhm.
lost an account, or you blew this and you've lost so
Mhm.
much money, and now you only but there is just so much to that foundation. So eventually when everybody sees that you've blossomed and you've made it out of that, that initial part of every person's journey when they're trading, and it can kind of, I wouldn't say, it's quite hard for a lot of people to understand unless they've been trading for a while. But I think eventually that everybody does understand that it's a hard thing to do, to be
Mhm.
good at trading,
Yeah.
especially for be good at trading in the long term. To be
Mhm.
consistent is a difficult thing.
Yeah.
And you've shown that throughout the process. Is there anything that you felt like that you changed around about that halfway, that 5-6 year mark, that kind of helped you get past that range, that level? Because I look at everything like you've got a level where you're super disciplined, you're
Yeah.
doing everything right, you've made this amount of money. And when you're at that level, that's when you start to mess up. That's when you start to revenge trade or overconfidence, and you start to do things that you shouldn't be. And then you've got the lower end of that range, where that's when you're like, you've lost loads of money and now you're locking in, and people bounce from these ranges. So how did you get out of the top of that range to kind of level up?
I think what people don't realize, that trading is so much working with yourself, like work on your mindset. And we've heard that so many times. And I'm like, I'm not sure if I can settle this in here. Is it what's more important, like trading psychology or trading strategy? And within the trading psychology, it's just not, anything about trading. It's also like who you are as a person, who you are, like what is your identity? And there's so many layers to this. And I think as, let's say, time goes, year 1, year 2, year 3, it's just you learn about yourself, you learn who you are. Like, I can give you an example. When I started, I was like, I want to scalp, because scalping apparently is the quickest way to make money, right?
Yeah.
But scalping is not for me, because I'm very emotional. I can get stressed really easily. And I mean, if you scalp, you need to sit on 1-minute charts. And my heart was literally racing. And I was like, this is not for me. And I think it's really, really important to figure out what kind of trader you want to be. And then, like I said, many, many layers to that. You figure out what kind of trader you want to be, and then you need to put it together within your lifestyle. Do you have that time? Or, if you want to be scalp trader, you need to sit in the front of the screen, right? But you don't have that time. So what is the point putting all the effort into learning scalping if you don't even have that, opportunity to be there at that time? So anyhow, I really worked on myself. I really studied myself. I read tons of self-educational books. I worked on like my mindset. I was trying different like meditations, and what really helped was the routine. Like for me, and I've said this many times, simply because I'm also a mom of 4, the routine needs to be in place. And like kids need to know that, at this time, mom is busy, so we're going to do this. At that time, we're going to be doing that. So it's like routine is also a really part what plays a big role for my success. So it's like mindset, routine, and knowing myself. So many layers to this.
Yeah, that's why I love trading. I'm so attracted to trading as well, because it's like a little bit like a mirror to how you are as a person. Like suddenly when I'm a little bit messy, or my room's a little bit messy, or just not in that, that key zone, suddenly my trading's messy as well. And that's why I love it, because I look at trading as well. The better I am at getting trading, the better I see that kind of go into different parts of my life as well. And it's very interesting to kind of understand yourself better through trading. Is quite interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Even like looking at my equity curves, sometimes I look and I'm like, okay, at this time I was definitely in motion, because it's going like this. It definitely shows, it reflects your the way you are feeling, the way things are going on in your life. And yeah, definitely. But obviously it's not only about emotions. Obviously equity curve is also could be just because market is trending, and you can really get in, for example, if you're like trading breakouts, and there's lots of breakouts and market is given you opportunities, obviously your equity curve will look better, because it's just market is given to you. But then there's times, and this is where traders mostly say that, my strategy is not working, everything is falling apart, is when market is not being that great. When it's like you hit that wall and you think, and then you start to question literally everything. And I've been there. I've questioned so many times, and you question, is, the strategy I'm doing, is it right? Is my risk management, like what is actually going on? And you think, should I change something? And then people start to change, and then nothing is working even later on. So, and yeah, like going from this, what I can say is the emotions will definitely affect your trading. So you need to learn about yourself. But it's also not only emotions, it's the market itself. If the market is trending, if it's being good within your like strategy, and you can read it very well, it's going to work. But sometimes it doesn't. So, and it's a frustrating game. And that's where risk management is the king,
100%. Yeah. in my personal trading, when the market gets choppy, I like, jumping on intraday trends and things. But when the market is choppy and I'm getting these loads of different signals for a different direction, that is when I've got to take a step back, understand, Alex, the market is choppy, it's ranging. You don't want to carry on trading. When I do that, I'm totally fine. If I start going in and start opening trades, losing trades, getting back in revenge trading, then it's that snowball effect that obviously ends up with a bigger loss than you actually want it out to be. But with a lot of traders that you speak to on the Discord, you are speaking to everybody. You are literally non-stop speaking to people, putting out your daily analysis on euro or pound and all of this stuff, even news. You're always putting stuff out there. What are kind of some of the things do you feel like people actually have trouble with? Because you speak to so many people each time, so you must see kind of commonalities between people.
Yeah. I would say if someone is coming to me, obviously it depends of the level where they are, like what's their stage, are they just beginners or they've been training for a little bit?
Yeah.
But I would say mostly it's either people asking me to, like show your strategy. So they want to learn strategy, or it's either people who already like have figured out their own way to trade, but they just need that, I would say, that guidance when it comes to really like putting trading together. Because as soon as you realize that strategy alone is not going to get you to success, you need to work on yourself. You need to read books, risk management, trading psychology. So I would say more in Discord, when you speak about the 5ers Discord, I would say people need more definitely trading psychology things, because so many people are like, I've seen they trade different strategies, they're killing it, and I'm loving to see all these chart shares and the trades hit stops or profits, whatever. But it's so nice to see that people actually can trade and it's working well. But what we struggle with is mostly really trading psychology. So it's either fear, you start to have fear because you're starting to question everything. Should I get out of the trade? Or greed, for example, that's a big one. And then from greed it goes even to your ego, because you think, oh, I know this market, I know everything. And it's like, and then you should have closed your positions, but you kept on going, and you thought you can get out of it. But anyhow, I'm going to focus, that's what I want to keep my focus on, to give more trading psychology, just like the real things that's going to help them to become better traders.
Yeah, I think it moves the needle a lot more than, showing a person how to trade the way that you trade. Because that's why I feel even in the London event, we had so many speakers with so many different qualities about them. And when I would speak to new traders, they would come up and they would say, we would talk a little bit, and I said, you've got to take a little bit from that person, a little bit from the other person, and bind it to the stuff that you know and how you like to trade, and make your own strategy and find your own edge in the market that way.
Absolutely.
Because look, I can't swing. I'm not a swing trader, I really haven't got the patience. Also, I like to be out at the end of the day. I don't like holding long positions. But you're totally the opposite. I could be on the 1 minute chart and I'm totally fine. And if we're putting you're teaching somebody the way that you trade when they're like me, then they're not going to find that profitability. But in fact, teaching them how to do that, understanding a little bit about the kind of blind spots they might have, that's the thing I really do feel like traders will move the needle with. So
yeah, absolutely. You know what, the question I get, so like it's the question I don't like, when they ask, what is your strategy? And the thing is, it's like, I can tell you the way I trade, but you will never have my edge. You will never have my view on the market. It's like, I love this, it's like traders are like artists. You can give a blank page to both of the people and you can show them the same sunset, stand there and paint me that sunset. There's no chance they will paint the same painting, right?
Of course.
The same with the traders. You can see the same charts. You can, all the tools, you have the same tools, everything, but you will never see the same way. And it's so interesting. And I love the fact that the trading is so personal, because it's like, it's my own journey, and it's never going to be the same as, yours or someone else's. And that's why I love trading, because it's like I am in control. I can take control over my emotions if I need to. I can take control, learning more about charts. It just depends who, what we need to learn more to be successful. I hope this makes sense.
No, 100%. I agree with it, because at the end of the day, trading, it's quite simple. A lot of the things that people are teaching, it's, support resistance, like supply and demand. You've got pretty much market structure is all the same. It's like pretty much all the same stuff. The edge is the person that is trading it, so yeah. And now we'll talk a little bit about your big achievement with us as well, that you got your over $1 million in funding. What's the trajectory? Where are you? What's the focus? Because I know you've got a little bit of a tip that when you were going into a new account, you always lower the risk. And I actually tweeted out today that is the perfect way to do it, because people are so excited jumping on a new funded account that they overconfidence, over risk, revenge trade, blow the account. And I see it day in and day out. And you actually gave everybody a tip in London how to get over that. So tell me a little bit about how you're looking at this new account and managing it. And we will all take some value out of it.
Okay. Well, first of all, it was Jordan from Trade Delicious who said that you need to lower your risk. And he gave me that advice, and I was like, I'm going to take it because this is so good. But because I don't want to take the credit, he needs the credit. It's him. But anyhow, so for the 5ers, because I trade instant funding or hyper growth, what happens every time you reach 10%, you double your account. So first of all, let's talk about doubling account. It's a huge jump. You trade 100K and suddenly you trade 200K. Okay, that's not such a big deal. But when you trade 640 and jump to over 1 million, that's a big jump. And even I felt it when I jumped from 320 to 600. It's a big jump, right? In funding, you suddenly have all this money sitting in there, and you need to figure out how I'm going to approach it. Because now let's think about this. You can actually risk the same amount you risked on your previous account, let's say 640K. I risked $600, right? And that was 0.1%. If I risk $600 in this million account, that's even 0.05. Like, it's tiny amount because the funds have doubled, right? It's a lot of math in there. But anyhow, I still believe it is good to take time out if you need to, if you feel like you're all excited. And it's not only, when you scale account, it's even when you go into evaluation or doing the challenge for the new traders. We go there with excitement, with that expectation that we're going to get it, right?
Of course.
And that's also another thing I talked about, the false expectation. But anyhow, now let's focus on that, the million account. So my approach is going to be this. I'll take time out, which I already did. And then when I start trading, I will try to keep my risk as low as I can, because let's be real, it hasn't hit me yet personally. 1% risk is over a 10K. Over a 10K is 1%. That's insane amount of money, right? So if I would risk 1% on one trade, that would be insane. Like, I think that would be insane for me, for my risk appetite. I just couldn't, and I'm not saying maybe there will be traders who will be doing that. It's fine. It's their journey. Do whatever suits you. So for me, taking time out, lowering risk, and taking it very slowly. And when I mean lowering the risk, I'm trading about 0.10%. So maybe 0.5. And then once I get the cushion, so once I make the profit, then I can slowly increase the risk. And then this is a joke now. But as soon as I increase the risk, Alex, I don't know what's wrong with me. The next trade is going to be loser. Honestly, I don't know why.
It happens every single time in the exact same way. And, some of our biggest traders, that's, they leave a cushion in there for that exact reason. People leave a cushion in there because when they start up in the risk, you want to, it's a game of probabilities as well. You've got a strategy with a certain expectancy, with a certain hit rate. And no matter what, you're going to have those losses. So having that cushion is going to save you. But Yeah, it's Murphy's Law, I think they call it. As soon as you start
Yeah.
up in the risk, then suddenly that's a loser.
Yeah, the market humbles you straight away. It's like just straight away. You're feeling high and you're like, yes, I'm making, I'm growing this. There's progress. And suddenly when you're ready to actually increase the risk, the next trade is obviously a loser. But then, like you said, it's a good thing to have that cushion. So, for example, if I will have 2% profit in the account, I can increase my risk to 0.25. And then I have like 8 trades to have losses. So, and obviously there's not going to be 8 losses. There might be, but hopefully not. But it's just like gives me more space to breathe. And then also talking about emotions, it's way easier to control your emotions when you know your loss was just 0.10%. I would feel terrible if I would lose 1%, but my loss was only like 0.10, 0.25, 0.50 later on. It's still fine. But yet again, it's like very personal. My risk appetite is just lower. Some will have, higher risk appetite. It's just very personal.
I always feel that when trading gets exciting, or when you start, if your heart is pumping when you're watching your trade and you can't take your eyes away from the trade, 100% you're over your risk tolerance, and you've got to kind of wind that down. So I think that's a good tip to anybody that is, you're getting excited, they've just got funded and they're starting to put on heavy lot size. Just maybe take a leaf out of your book and cut a little bit of the risk, and they will see cutting the risk as well. You actually gain, you gain momentum. There is a thing with momentum when you're winning. It just constantly, when you're like in a streak of wins, you sometimes can go through ages without a loss. It kind of that momentum pushes you through. So, and that's definitely, I think, when you're comfortable with the risk that you're taking, and you're not playing with the trade because you're risking too much and you don't want to lose and revenge trade, that is the perfect recipe for consistency in my eyes, especially with a funded account.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. And what people don't realize is you need to take time off and celebrate, because once you get to the funded account, you need to realize that the achievement, what you have just achieved, is something outstanding. And you just need to lower those emotions. And I'm speaking from myself, because I do realize, the achievement, it's huge. But even now and then I'm like pinching myself, is this real? But then at the same time, I know myself. I know how to just deal with my emotions, and I know how to keep that excitement low. And you know what, like really the best thing is to take some time out. Just once you are funded, or once you scaled account, or once you reached something like a goal trading wise, just take your time out, just calm down.
Yeah, perfect advice. And we're gonna leave it there. I think that's the perfect advice to end on. So thank you so much for spending the time with me today. And I personally can't wait to see what's going to happen with the Discord, with your trading. I know you're going to level up, and you're going to help a lot of people as you go along, more than you already have. So thank you very much. Anna FX, where can people find you other than our Discord?
Oh my, I'm so bad at this stuff, but you can find me on Instagram. It's ikerte.anna. Or no, it's anna.ikerte. See, that's what I don't know. Maybe you can put in description.
We'll put it in the description. Definitely. We'll plug the Instagram and the YouTube, because you've got
and the YouTube
content. Yeah. Forgot about the YouTube.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just one of those people who are not really good at, telling where to find me. But anyhow, you can find me on YouTube, AnnaFix, and on Instagram. And I try my best to reply all the messages. Just now, it's just a huge pile of messages sitting there. I just need to go and reply. It's since the events. You guys are just really showering me with your love, and I really, really appreciate that.
There you go. Well, thank you very much, and see you later.
Right, thank you.
Anna.